Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just over 5 months away from its official release date by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as George Lucas, that is all set and ready to end the sequel trilogy and the Skywalker saga itself. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams is going to be doing something quite incredible with this movie when it comes to, of course, the character of Darth Vader and treating him as a figurative ghost, as well as a character looming in the background even after death. That's really going to be used as a way to inspire Kylo Ren to fully embrace the dark side and to really continue his path to the darkness, to become the ultimate character that we all want him to be, fully embraced with the dark side and a whole lot more evil than Darth Vader ever was in the original trilogy, which is what J.J. Abrams aims to do. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren traveling into the Dark Spire, where it's described that they are being guided by the Forger, who has lived here for roughly 1,000 years. It's described that eventually they reach a place called the Shrines of the Sith location, full of ancient Sith statues, where one of which is said to be the statue of Darth Vader. It's described that within the statue lies many secrets that Kylo Ren eventually discovers, where one of which is described to be an ancient relic that Vader kept to himself from Palpatine many years ago and was actually able to keep it a secret. The device is actually described to be a hexagonal object that glows in a yellow hue and transforms into a different shape when a Force user holds it in his hands. It's said to serve as a compass to the dark temples that are scattered throughout the galaxy that hold secrets of eternal life that Palpatine was set to use before his death. This device, however, did not serve as a compass to the dark temples scattered in the unknown regions, however, which were also needed for Palpatine. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, this is the device that Palpatine ordered Darth Vader to keep a big secret from anybody else in the galaxy and to really keep it stored over in Vader's vault before, of course, Palpatine's death. Now, this device, like I say, is said to serve as a compass to all of the dark temples throughout the galaxy, except the ones that are located over in the unknown regions. Now, this device is said to actually morph and or transform into different shapes as a Force user holds it, where it glows in a yellow hue. Now, it almost sounds very similar to what we actually saw in Star Wars Legends. There were devices just like this that actually served as a great tool to a Force-sensitive individual throughout the galaxy. It seems as though that J.J. Abrams really is digging into the EU in order to really create new types of Force lore that are now going to enter the Disney canon. So Darth Vader, was actually able to keep this a secret, and as well as Palpatine, keeping it a secret from anybody else. And the fact that Darth Vader has this within his own statue, this all has to do with the Sith Renovators. In case you guys have no idea what the Sith Renovators are, these are individuals that were able to keep up the Sith statues and structures within, of course, the actual Dark Spire and the Shrines of the Sith location, as well as over in the Lost City, specifically over in the Land of the Forbidden. So you can really see how heavy J.J. Abrams really is trying to dig into the Jedi, Sith, and Force lore to tell a very unique story for the characters of Kylo Ren, the Knights of Ren, Darth Vader, Palpatine, you name it. Now, the fact that Palpatine is a main focus in this story, we can really see why we are learning more about all these different relics and artifacts from start to finish of Episode 9 as a way to learn more about the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself and where things are really going to go. So the next thing that I do want to go over is, of course, how Vader kept this to himself from Palpatine for a very long time. Now, this could very well have been used as a way for Vader to learn a little bit more about the path to immortality and or the path to eternal life behind Palpatine's back, which was the ultimate thing that Palpatine was actually in pursuit of. He was really pursuing the idea of living on forever because he knew his body was aging. He knew his body was decaying from the dark side energy that he was using for many years on end, and that's exactly why he needed a new body. So that's where the Spear of Sidious comes into play, as well as the Dark Acolyte, and why he also has a great interest in Kylo Ren. You know, from the other leaks that we have gone over, Palpatine also has a plan to take over a body that's related to the Skywalker bloodline, which would actually be able to not, you know, decay rapidly, unlike the Dark Acolyte, who is said to decay, you know, throughout start to finish of the third act of episode 9. We're going to actually see that character change over time when he goes up against Rey and Kylo Ren. So Darth Vader, you know, this whole entire secret of Palpatine, this device that is said to be a compass, if you will, to all of the Dark Temples except the unknown regions. I'm very excited to see, you know, how J.J. Abrams is going to utilize all of this on the big screen. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.